Good morning, students. Now, yesterday we had already completed the electromagnetic induction. Means when the moving magnet that can produce the current, that is called induced current. Now, for this we perform activity 13.9, induced current. Now, for this, as shown in figure, take two different coils of copper wire. This is coil 1 and this is coil 2. These two coils are made up of copper having large number of turns, means about 50 to 100 turns, and insert them over non-conducting cylindrical roll. This is non-conducting cylindrical roll. Now here we can use thick paper roll for this purpose, or wooden roll or plastic roll, anyway. Now connect the coil 1 having larger number of turns. Coil 1 having more turns compared to coil 2, and in series with battery and key. Then connect the other coil 2 with galvanometer. Now this is galvanometer. You know what is the galvanometer? Last time we discussed the galvanometer is one of the instrument which shows the presence of electric current, either the current is flowing or not. A deflection, if seen in the galvanometer, means current is flowing through it. If it shows 0, means no current is flowing through the circuit. So here with coil 2 the galvanometer is connected. Now plug the key and observe the galvanometer. If there is any deflection shown in this needle, then the instantly jumps in one side, means either right side or left side, and just quickly return to 0, means indicating a momentary current in coil 2. And disconnect now coil 1 from the battery. You will observe that the needle moves but in opposite direction. This means that now current flows in the opposite direction in coil 2. So what do you observe from this activity? From this activity we observe that as soon as the current in coil 1 reaches the either a steady value or 0, the galvanometer in coil 2 shows no deflection. From these observations, we conclude that a potential difference is induced in the coil 2 whenever the electric current through coil 1 is changing, means starting or stopping. Coil 1 is called primary coil, while coil 2 is called secondary coil. As the current in first coil changes, the magnetic field associated with it also changes. Thus, the magnetic field lines around the secondary coil also change. Hence, the change in field lines around the secondary coil also change. Hence, the change in magnetic field lines associated with the secondary coil is the cause of induced electric current in it. Now this process by which changing magnetic field in a conductor induces a current in another conductor, that is called electromagnetic induction. Now last time we discussed, this was discovered by the Michael Faraday, the principle of electromagnetic induction, and in practice we can induce current in a coil either by moving it in magnetic field or by changing the magnetic field around it. It is convenient in most situations to move the coil in magnetic field between two strong magnets. If the coil means guchado, wire no guchado, right? That if it is moved, then it becomes very easy. The induced current is found to be the highest when the direction of the motion of coil is at right angle to magnetic field, means both are perpendicular to each other. In this situation, we can use a simple rule to know the direction of the induced current. Now, this is Fleming's right hand rule. Now, first of all, Fleming's right hand rule. Now, last time we discussed the left hand rule. Now, we discuss the right hand rule. Now, first of all, we stretch thumb and forefinger and middle finger of right hand, so that now this thumb is at the right hand with the forefinger and forefinger is at the right angle with middle finger. So it indicates this motion. This shows the motion, and this forefinger shows the field. Field means magnetic field, and this one shows the induced current. So here the thumb that shows the movement of the conductor, and this forefinger at the right angle that shows the magnetic field, and this middle finger that shows the current induced in conductor. Is it clear? So direction of magnetic field, and the thumb shows the direction of motion of the conductor, middle finger shows the direction of induced current. This a simple rule is called Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, so today we are going to complete this chapter. Here the electric motor, electric generator and domestic electric circuit is cancelled from our course. Tomorrow we shall start chapter number 8.